Hey everybody, welcome back to day 2 of Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Edmonton, Canada. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels, go longer, Quintana, HOKA, One, Forum Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, one of our favorite people around, Ellie Salthouse. How you doing, Ellie? We haven't chatted for a long time.
I know. I think it's been a couple of years now, actually. Yeah, I think that's the same, for everybody with what's happened in the world. So, yeah, it's nice to be back.
It's nice to be back. And you guys are training out of St. George.
Yeah, we're based in St. George this year. It was a bit of a strategic move with Worlds being there later this year.
Right.
And racing so often this year. We thought we'd just lower the altitude a little bit so it wouldn't take us as much to get acclimated.
Right.
And then just get stuck straight into training.
And the training's been good.
It's been great. It's just so hot there. It's
so hot.
115 every day. So we have to get all our training done by 11 before it starts heating up.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And have you been on this course here in Canada?
Yeah, we actually rode it yesterday. So
what do you think?
I really like it. I mean, it's great for me. I like the technical components and all the hills. So for me, this is a great course.
Yeah,
so.
And the multiple laps, right?
Yeah, multiple laps. It reminds me of an ITU race,
I was
going to
say it's an extended ITU race.
It really is. This was actually the place of my very first World Cup. So,
really?
Yeah, back in 2011. So, yeah.
Very cool. And so 2022, you 70.3 Elsinore, the European champs. And you got 8th place there. And was that really the only race in 2022 so far? So this has been really all training block.
Yeah, so this year I had a bit of a false start earlier in the year. I started a race and then had a bit of a hamstring niggle, so couldn't finish, unfortunately. But yeah, then I went to the European Championships in Elsinore and unfortunately came off my bike. So
you crashed there?
I did. I had a crash. So I haven't really been able to see where I'm at this year, and I haven't had an opportunity to really just put it all out there. So that'll be my job for this weekend.
Well, and what's nice about this, $1 million prize purse.
I mean, that helps. Bit of incentive.
Well, and I think for someone like yourself who likes to be aggressive, you could pay, that pays benefits because you get aggressive and go off the front, and there's there's no risk, right? You're guaranteed $2,000 for finishing a thing. So you can go off and say, hey, I'm here to win. And just go as hard as you can, and if you blow a little bit, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the money's great incentive, but we don't race for that reason. But yeah, I mean, as you said, it's the first race of its kind, so no one really knows what to expect, so may as well go for it and have a good crack.
Well, and this last few years, Collins Cup, and now Canadian Open, then US Open, it makes it a little easier to sort of pick, what's my schedule going to look like?
Exactly. I mean, the PTO race has now become the pinnacle of our race season. Right. So we basically put those in and then lay other races around them.
Exactly. And for you, 70.3 Worlds has been it. Going back to Nice, when you wanted Nice really bad, and then we had 70.3 in St. George this last year, and then coming back up. And St. George suits you.
It does suit me, yeah. I just haven't been able to put together a world championship race yet. So I'm hoping this will be my year to, mentally and physically put it all together on the big day.
How hard has it been to be patient? Because I know you're coming off of Nice, you were pretty despondent because you had put so much into that one, and it didn't go well. But that's racing, right? And as someone who's been racing since, what were you, 10, 11 years old? Something like that?
Yeah, a long time.
You've been racing a long time.
Yeah.
You know that there's always another race. If you have a bad one, then next week we can go do another one.
Yeah, I mean, I hate being patient, like pretty much every athlete. But yeah, 2019 Worlds, I got the mechanical, which is really unfortunate because I had myself in a great position. Last year, I just had a bit of a mental choke, to be honest. So yeah.
Oh, you think?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
In what way? What do you think?
I just let the pressure get to me last year at World Champs, and I just couldn't put together the day that I was capable of performing.
So you felt that you put so much pressure on yourself, and did you feel okay? I've got my sponsors. I've got so much riding on this.
Yeah, I don't really know why, but the pressure was, all from myself, and I just put so much on me to perform, and, I'd been talking about it for months in advance, I have this many days until World Champs, and I think I just built it up to be this colossal experience, and I got to race day, and,
it didn't have it.
It just didn't happen for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's part of the game as you get to the level that you're at now, because the expectations are if Ellie Salthouse on the finish line, she's going to be on the podium.
Yep.
And sometimes that's hard because there might be some races you're there just to check things out, you got new equipment on the bike, you're not really thinking, you're there to win, but you're also ready to accept the fact that I was 4th or 5th or whatever.
Yeah.
But it becomes a new part of the game, that understanding expectations and how to deal with them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I've been in this sport long enough that I have enough experience under my belt that, you know, I'm no longer going to a race for the experience. I'm going there to win, and that's my intention every single time.
Right.
And when that doesn't come to fruition, I mean, it's a very painful experience, but you can't have your best day all the time.
No.
But, you know, you hope you can still cling on for a podium, and then when that doesn't happen, you know, you have to just move on and know that there can be a next one, you know, next weekend if you really want it to.
Right. So this year, obviously, the goal is 70.3 Worlds.
The big goal, yes, 70.3 Worlds. I'm fit at the moment, so I would like to have a really good crack this weekend, and I think it'll be the perfect opportunity for me to see what I need to work on for the rest of the year. But yeah, I mean, obviously, World Champ is my ultimate goal.
Right.
So yeah, I'll do everything I can to be as fit as possible there.
Now, Collins Cup, is that in the cards as well?
Definitely, but I haven't qualified yet.
So this is the last weekend, right?
Exactly. So there's a
So
lot
there's a lot
riding.
riding
There
on this
is.
race.
There is.
There's pressure again.
There is pressure. But I think, you know, this is the most relaxed I have been ever going into a race of this caliber. So I'm trying to treat my races this year very differently and go in with a more, a relaxed feel about it, and try not to put as much pressure, and just, you know, have my own race and race my own day and see what happens.
So in 2021, I mean, listen, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 wins, right? Augusta, Memphis, Shepparton, Geelong, right? I kept calling it Geelong forever. Geelong.
Geelong, yeah.
Husky and Hell of the West, which I know you love. That's a phenomenal year.
Thank you.
And so you had one bad day at the World Championships, but I know that's the day that you wanted, but you still got to look at the year and go, that was a hell of a year. Who else had, there are not many people who had 7 wins.
I mean, it was my best year ever to date, so I can't be disappointed with the year as a whole, but I would trade all those
that
wins
to win
for
to 70.3
one other. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when COVID hits, and you were in Australia at the time, right?
Yes.
So you couldn't get out.
No.
And so that becomes tough, because now you're not really racing the people you need to race.
Exactly.
And I bet you leading into this year, that's a toughie, because this race, you're going head to head with everybody because of the prize money and because everybody's excited to be racing it. But you are somebody who is a racer, and you like that. Yeah,
I mean, I love racing, and I love racing often. So 2020, when we didn't have the opportunity to race, it was really hard to stay motivated.
I know.
So you had to, you know, make little goals, personal goals. And then I really just took the opportunity to step back and enjoy the training and do things that, you know, maybe I wouldn't get the opportunity to normally do.
Right.
And then, you know, last year, 2021, when we were able to, you know, travel and race again, I mean, it was extra special because, you know, we hadn't had that opportunity.
You don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, and now we get, you know, 4 opportunities to race the very best in the world. It's, you know, a lot piled into one year. So, you know, it's a great chance, but we also have to pick and choose where we want to be on our absolute, you know, A game, because you can't be at your best all year round. Right.
Well, that's one of the big issues, is because you've got to pick and choose. And so when you peak for this one, and then you try to peak for St. George, and then Collins Cup, it's a month away, so you sort of do whatever.
Yep.
But 3 peaks a year, is that possible?
Definitely 2. Usually I try and you know, make my season around 2 A races for the year. But yeah, I think a 3rd is definitely possible if you're really smart about it.
Right.
But I think for me, I needed to pick this as an A race to qualify myself for Collins Cup, and then obviously World Champs being the other one.
How have you changed as an athlete over the last few years?
I think a big thing is just being okay with where I'm at the moment, and just being more relaxed about everything in general, traveling, racing, you know, just, yeah, taking a step back and appreciating the little things, and not just rushing through, getting my sessions done and moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And trying to be more in the moment. And I think that's taken a long while for me. And I've got definitely caught up in, pressures and racing and,
Right.
Not enjoying it as much as I should. So that's my big takeaway. And I'm moving forward into this year, hopefully with a better mental side. So we'll see.
I think for a lot of us, the COVID years made us realize how tenuous racing is. And it's really sort of a luxury item that we get to go and race.
Yep.
And makes you appreciate it more.
Definitely. Yeah.
You feel that for yourself, the fact that you couldn't leave Australia to go race anywhere.
Yeah.
And now you get to come here to Canada and race the very best in the world. And so maybe the attitude becomes, I'm happy to be here, and I know what my talent is, and I know my preparation.
Yep.
So I'm just going to enjoy it all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just going to see what I'm capable of. I know these girls are incredible athletes, but, if I can just race my own day and give it my best shot, then it really doesn't matter who I'm racing, because that's the mentality I should be taking into every single race. So regardless of whether the best in the world are here or not, it's, it's the same mentality.
Exactly. Always great to catch up with you,
Yeah,
Ellie.
you too, Bob.
Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you for having me.
And best of luck on Saturday.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
every second of it.
I will, every moment.
All right. Ellie Salthouse has been our guest. Again, Breakfast with Bob, beautiful Edmonton, Canada. Hold on, everybody. We will be right